Warning: you might find the content herein disturbing, but the truth must be revealed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Нашите предавания предлагат много езици. Моля вижте suprememastertv.com/schedule.
The animal diet is a diet of violence. It begins already from the way we raise them, the way we treat them, the way we force feed them with antibiotics and all kind of torture on them. And it ends with the way we violently kill them, massacre them en masse in order to satisfy our split seconds enjoyment. So we should stop being a part of this violent circle.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, Vegan, on the harmful effects of meat. Part 7, The Circle of Violence. Continue watching to find out more.
Ofela Shuang, that means how are you in Sesotho, the official language of the Kingdom of Lesotho. Amma Morelo. The noble people of the Kingdom of Lesotho, thank you for being a positive force of change in your families and communities. In our modern era, we are increasingly plagued by pandemics, chronic diseases, rising temperatures, intensified natural disasters, and environmental degradation, a planet in crisis. If we look closely, all these devastating issues can be traced back to the human habit of meat eating. The time has come to turn away from what was long accepted as the norm and fully examine meat's impacts on our health and the environment, as well as our moral and spiritual development. Over the years, Supreme Master Ching Hai has shared her insights about the harmful effects of meat on many different occasions. In this series, we present a collection of Master's enlightening teachings on this very topic and pray that humanity will soon awaken and embrace the vegan diet so that we and future generations may live on and in a more harmonious world. Looking back at the long history of humankind, there have been temporary peaceful periods in different times and places. However, despite the constant efforts and sincere prayers of many people, we have yet to find lasting peace on earth. Why is that? Supreme Master Ching Hai has answered this question in many of her illuminating lectures.
If we take meat, we have to pay in meat. Therefore, our bodies suffer, or we die, or we get sickness, cancer, and all that kind of thing. That is because the law of an eye for eye, tooth for tooth, meat for the belly, and the belly for the meat, and God shall kill both meat and them. Because we eat meat, we have to pay by meat. Therefore, there's wars, because sometimes we kill so much animal, and we can't just pay one life after another. So the course war comes, and then many people are killed together. Therefore, the collective karma is erased quicker. So don't blame war or don't blame anyone except ourselves. The animal diet is a diet of violence. It begins already from the way we raise them, the way we treat them, the way we force feed them with antibiotics and all kind of torture on them. And it ends with the way we violently kill them, massacre them en masse in order to satisfy our split seconds enjoyment. So we should stop being a part of this violent circle. Each person eats about 3,000 land animals, meaning cows, pigs, chickens, etc., over an average human lifetime. 3,000. So if we are a meat eater, we are responsible for the violent confinement, oftentimes torture, and the murder of 3,000 living sentient beings before we depart from this world. On a global scale, it is also estimated that 60 billion land animals plus billions more marine animals are killed every year, largely in crowded and miserable factory farming conditions, unhealthy as well, unhygienic conditions. This is truly a war on animals. It's very similar to our wars between humans, except that we humans could even defend for ourselves in many cases. But the animals, they're helpless. They're hopeless. And here we really mistreat them. This is a war with complete imprisonment, torture, executions with knives and guns, and explosive even, extremely high financial and health costs for people as well, and destruction of all kinds, such as psychological damage and environmental devastation, and soon maybe the destruction of the whole planet. If we continue to generate non-peaceful energy, be it through war between humans or war on animals, we will not beget peace, because like beget like. If we don't walk the way of loving kindness, we will widen the sphere of non-peace, of violence. We can see the evidence of this in the animal farms and the slaughterhouses, where there is no inch of peace for our innocent and aware animal co-inhabitants. Not only that, there is no peace for the countless wild animals who lose their habitats to the land that is cleared for the animal industry every day. Over 80% of the Amazon's increasingly deforested areas have become pasture for livestock, with the rest going mostly to livestock feeding crops. There is also no peace for the millions of people in need who suffer from hunger and thirst, which is only worsened by the massive resources consumed by the livestock industry. There is no peace for the neighbors of factory farms where hydrogen sulfide, ammonia, and bacteria-laden dust can create an unbearable stench and cause health problems that have both trapped people within and driven them away from their homes. There's no peace even for the consumers who are plagued by the rising incidence of meat-related diseases. And in the end, there's no peace even for the few who financially profit from the meat and dairy industry. They must bear the dreadful consequences of their actions, if not in this life, then the hereafter. Because God has warned those who harm or kill animals that they should stop all this cruelty. It says so in the Bible. Stop all this cruelty, or he will turn his head away when they pray to him, because their hands are full of the innocent's blood. So, a completely peaceful world must be a vegan world where all beings live in peace and not fear one another.
Open-minded viewers, let's spare a moment for an important message. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our program presenting excerpts from Supreme Master Chinrai's insights on the meat diet that can only lead to unpeaceful outcomes.
We all want to have a peaceful world, and we all talk about how we want peace and love. Well, I think we should start it now, and let peace begin on our plate. Let love begin with our choice. When a person partakes in a direct or indirect killing of any sentient being, be it human or animal, he or she enters the cycle of revenge and violence. And it will only end when one stops doing it. We all wish our children to grow up intelligent, loving, and kind. But what do we teach them from beginning of their very fragile life? Huh? What do we teach them? We push the symbol of violence into their mouth. Even if they spit it out, we force to put it back in again until they get used to it. Violence is a part of our life up to now. Violence is what we teach our children, and we expect them to be loving and kind. Not only violence, that piece of meat or fish or animals, stuff that we try to stuff into our children, unaware stomach, that also decrease their intelligence, decrease their loving quality, humanity. So we expect our children to be the best, and we give them the worst. The worst of all the worst is meat diet. We say we want to live long, we want health, we want peace, but it's not true. We cannot want health when we smoke, drink, and eat meat and drug. We cannot say we want peace when we live with violence every day, even indirectly by eating meat. That's violence. And other things we eat shorten our life. When we say we want to live long, eat and smoke and drink, all that is shorten lives. And we want to be intelligent, but we poison our brain. So we truly do everything opposite to what we want. That's why we have trouble, we have sickness, we have war. Yeah, consequence of that. We are the children of heaven. If we want something, we have to show the sign that we want that. Okay, now if we want peace, we want benevolence, we want love, blessing from heaven, we have to start showing that by action. We have to show love to each other. We have to be benevolent to each other. We have to benevolent to all. Then heaven will say, my children want that. Then that will come. But we cannot just sit and pray peace and benevolence when our actions are in the opposite direction. We cannot go south and then pray to be in north. You see, this violence and killing of human and animals are the sure sign that we don't want love, that we don't want compassion, that we don't want peace. War is never right. Killing is never right. So if we all consider other people the way we consider ourselves, just put ourselves in their position, then perfectly we know what to do. There's never excuse to harm anyone, to harm fellow beings or animals,
your co-inhabitants. Never any good excuse at all. Even in the name of science, in the name of health, nothing. Nothing. If we did not kill animals or we did not kill each other, we didn't have to arrive at the end that we arrive today, with a lot of trouble, a lot of disaster, a lot of suffering, a lot of war, a lot of sickness. The more we kill animals, even for experiment in the laboratory, the more sickness we have. Look, we just kill one sickness and another come, worse than before. The law of karma, the great law of the universe, never fail.
Our deep appreciation to Supreme Master Chin Hai for reminding us that the way to lasting peace is through the non-violent vegan diet. We sincerely pray that everyone refrain from harming other beings, be it humans or animals, and extend compassion to all so we may attract positive energy and realize our dreams of transforming the world into heaven on earth. Respected viewers, thank you for joining us on our program today, Supreme Master Chin Hai, Vegan, on the harmful effects of meat, Part 7, The Circle of Violence. Please tune in again next Wednesday, August 5th, for the next part of this series. Coming up is the Crosby Family Icons of Compassion, Conviction and Faith, Part 2 of 2, right after noteworthy news. May your life shine with inner peace and jubilation.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/show.